Hi. So today I'm here at Anfield, the home of Liverpool Football Club, and it's quite an emotional day here at Anfield. It's the 30th anniversary of the Hillsborough disaster, and whilst I'm here to talk to them a bit about recruitment for my work, it's there's no getting away from the fact that Liverpool Football Club is one of the most successful football clubs in British football, and that's speaking as a Spurs fan. Full credit to them. What have they got? 3 UEFA Cups, 18 league titles, 7 FA Cups, 8 League Cups. They're consistently in the Guinness Book of Records as being one of the most successful football clubs, as I say, in British football. So you're going to ask, what point am I trying to make here? What has it got to do with wardens, being a warden? What has it got to do with Pesach? Where is this all going? So, you're probably aware that one of the sort of axioms of football is that a club is going to do better at home, has got a home advantage, than they are away. In fact, the point system is built around that. And the principle being that you're more comfortable in your home ground, you've got the fan base behind you, and it's something that's more familiar to you. Pesach for a warden is actually quite a boring Yom Tov. There's not a lot to do. Okay, I'll be checking over the shul and doing the bedikas and stuff, but actually in terms of the actual services, there's not a lot that's different from a regular Yom Tov. And that's because the focus for Pesach is the Jewish home. The seder service, well, obviously people go away and have sederim in a hotel, but the main focus of the seder service is the home, the Jewish home. And that's because at that original seder night, when the Jewish people were coming out of Egypt, they had their paschal lamb with matzahs and morah in the Jewish home. It's where they sought refuge from all that was breaking loose around them in Egypt with the death of the firstborn and all the other plagues. Their sanctuary, if you like, and yes, the pun is deliberate, was in their homes. So the question you got to ask is, what is it about the Jewish home that gave them that protection? We learn from the Maharal and others that the plague of darkness was actually not what was as it seemed. It was actually a revelation of God. And that revelation of God that was unleashed at that time blinded the Egyptian people. And so for them, it felt like darkness. So in the build-up to that midnight, on the night of the 14th going into the 15th of Nisan, that darkness was transformed into a plague of death of the firstborn. And at that turning point was when the Jewish people became free. But to get the answer as to the significance of the Jewish home, we can look at the Hasidic writings that teach us that the Jewish home wasn't so much the protection from the unleashing of the divine revelation, but it actually was the cause. When Jewish people sit down to eat and when they did and had their festive meal in their homes with the paschal sacrifice, the paschal lamb, and the matzahs and the morah, that merited the revelation that they were able to experience, and they were shielded. They were facilitating it through the Jewish home. We see this in other aspects of eating in Judaism. On Friday nights and at the Pesach service, we begin our meal by saying goodbye to the angels. On Friday nights, we say goodbye to the angels through the song Shalom Aleichem. We say goodbye because the angels are no longer necessary. God himself, the Shekhinah itself, rests upon us when we eat that holy meal. Likewise on Seder night, we start the Seder service, Holach Ma'onya, a paragraph written in Aramaic, a language that the angels don't understand. And it's again our way of saying, no, we don't need angels tonight. Tonight is a night of divine revelation directly from God. As we say in the Haggadah, Ani v'lo shaliach, God himself, so to speak, was there at Yetzias Mitzrayim, controlling events himself. And it was that divine revelation that caused the transition at the stroke of midnight from slavery to freedom. So, when we sit down to eat, yes, of course, enjoy the Seder service. It's meant to be, full of fun and games and engagement for the kids and all sorts of goodies. But be aware that there's that holiness there, that spark that's going to renew our faith in God and our experience of God for the rest of the year. I wish you and your families Chag Kasher v'Sameach, a happy, healthy Yom Tov.